What's going on, everybody? Welcome on into the Jets Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and we got some breaking news for you guys. The Jets just made a recent signing at the linebacker position, that being Mark Robinson, who they picked up off the Patriots practice squad. Now, we got a lot of news to break down on today's show. First being, obviously, them picking up Mark Robinson off the Patriots practice squad, and a lot of injuries to the linebacker position. And it starts off with Quincy Williams. He is expected to miss time because of a shoulder injury he suffered on Sunday. Not season ending, but he will be done for a while. And then also on the second half of today's show, the Texans released Gardner Johnson. So we're going to talk about the Jets, if they should sign him. Got some strong feelings on this, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But overall, the linebacker position is getting absolutely dismantled, and it's possibly one of the worst in the league. So we'll talk about the recent signing, Quincy Williams heading the short-term IR, and then also McCrary Ball heading there as well. So a lot of injuries. We'll break it all down on today's show. But if you guys could hit that subscribe button today. We challenged our Dolphins today's show in a race to 100 subscribers, and they're at 73 subs right now, but we are right on their heels at 71 subs. So if you guys could hit that subscribe button, we just need 29 of you guys to subscribe today. We got a good chance to beat Dolphins today in a race to 100 subscribers. So hit that sub button if you guys haven't already. All right, so the newest member of the New York Jets, that being linebacker Mark Robinson. Now, he was on the Patriots practice squad, but he spent his previous 3 seasons with the Pittsburgh Steelers, really got no run with New England, but his PFF grades over the last 3 years, about average. I mean, again, this is a practice squad signing. This isn't going to be a needle-moving move where it's like, oh, the Jets are getting a star linebacker. That's not the case. This is just a depth play for the New York Jets defense, but he only played 8 snaps in 2024. Overall grade 69.9, run defense 69.5, solid in coverage as well. But in that 2023 season, playing at 150 snaps, 54.6 overall grade, run defense of 69.8, coverage of 37.2. So he really hasn't played a lot of football in his NFL career, and clearly the Jets needed to make a move at the linebacker spot. Now, obviously that trade that broke yesterday of getting the corner from the Tennessee Titans, Brownlee Jr., I thought if the Jets were going to make a move for any position defensively, it would be linebacker, but they go pick up another corner. Now, I do wonder if maybe they're going to put Brownlee playing some makeshift safety for this team. Like we see other teams like, the Vikings use their corners as, makeshift linebackers all the time. So maybe they try to do that with Brownlee Jr. because they might have to. Like the linebacker room is absolutely hideous. Kiko Mauigoa is probably going to end up starting next to Jamie Sherwood, but besides that, you got Cam Jones, who you just picked up off the Chiefs practice squad a couple of weeks ago, but with McCurry Ball hurt, with Quincy Williams hurt, and also Weston being hurt as well, this linebacker group is incredibly thin, and you really only have Jamie Sherwood as a guy who you can trust. And there's no doubt, like this Quincy Williams injury, it's a massive blow to this Jets defense. Like you can't undersell it, you can't undervalue it. Like Quincy is one of the best, sideline to sideline linebackers in the league, and it's just unfortunate. Now, it was originally being reported that he could potentially miss the entire year, but Cimini did say he will be placed on IR, which means he'll at least miss 4 games. I could see it being even more than that, but if they thought he was done for the year, they would just put him on season-ending IR. But they put him on short-term IR, so he'll be out the next 4 games. Now, also McCurry Ball heading to IR with the hamstring injury. So this linebacker room, just like Rosenblatt saying, it is completely depleted to say the least. And I will say the Jets have a manageable schedule coming up over the next 5 games, so it's not the worst time in the world to get this beat up defensively. But I'll tell you what, the defense hasn't been good to start the year, and now with these big-time injuries, it's tough to put faith that they're going to get better. Like, giving up 31 points a game, 28th in the league, obviously that's not going to cut it. You're not going to want to win a lot of games when you're giving up that many points per game, but you also been gashed in the run, giving up 133 yards per game so far, and now with Quincy Williams out, now with McCurry Ball out, like, it's going to take a full team effort this upcoming Monday in a must-win game if you have even a sliver of hope to make the playoffs this year, or you just want to establish the culture. This game Monday night is huge. It's a must-win game versus the Dolphins. You can go into their building, head down to Miami. You should be the more physical football team. I still even think with all these injuries, you are the better football team, so hopefully they can get it done. But it's unfortunate for Quincy Williams. One of my favorite players to watch. Dude just flies around, hard hitter. Just everything you want out of a linebacker. So hopefully he gets well soon. But if you guys want to show him some love, type his jersey number, type those 56s down below in the comment section. If you guys want to show our guy, Quincy Williams, some love. All right, let's talk about Gardner Johnson here to close out today's show. So in a shocking NFL move, probably most shocking news that we've gotten this week in the league is that the Texans are releasing him. And with the Jets having a need at safety, maybe they try to call up C.J. Gardner Johnson and get him over here to New York. It's an interesting thought, but I got some thoughts on that. So this past year, in 2025, he's honestly graded out pretty well. 63.4 overall grade. That's about average for the safety position. Solid when he's used as a blitzing safety, 59.8. Coverage grade, solid, 58.9. But him in the run defense, he can still come down, play some makeshift linebacker. So it could make some sense for the Jets to bring him in. But again, kind of like the linebacker room, this safety room is depleted, man. And it's not depleted because of injuries. It's just depleted because Tony Adams is terrible. He's an unplayable player. You got to turn it over to Malachi Moore, and you're putting a lot of pressure on a guy who was a fourth-round pick. Like, I love Malachi Moore. I think he's done great so far, but you're just putting a lot of pressure on a guy who's taken in the fourth round, hoping he can develop behind the scenes, play some backup role this year. But Tony Adams is so freaking bad at football that he's an unplayable player. So obviously there is a need at the safety position for the Jets to make an addition. But there's just too much baggage with C.J. Gardner Johnson. Like, every team he has been to, they just can't wait to get him out of the building. Like, the Eagles won a Super Bowl with him playing a massive role, trade him to the Texans. Texans paid him $7.3 million up front. Got 3 games out of him, and they said, you can go. So I'm okay with the Jets passing on C.J. Gardner Johnson, because also it's a Malachi Moore season. You got to get this guy more reps, because I will say, in the limited action we have seen him so far this season, I actually feel like he's played some pretty good football. Like, and you can see the potential there. Like, clearly a very versatile guy. He can play free safety. He can play box. He can play some makeshift linebacker, which also maybe you'll see Malachi Moore in the box a whole lot more this upcoming week. But he is graded out fairly well. Again, pretty solid in the run defense, like most safeties are, but 31st in the league out of 123 eligible guys. Now, he definitely needs to improve in coverage, but I think that is more of with Malachi, with him just, understanding offensive schemes a lot more. Where are they trying to beat you over the top? And that just comes with reps. That comes with in-game development. So I'm out on C.J. Gardner Johnson. Now, another guy we've been asked about a whole lot on the channel, Justin Simmons. Now, if the Jets are going to sign a safety, I would much rather have it be Justin Simmons over C.J. Gardner Johnson, but I think Simmons is probably waiting for a contender on a championship team to maybe have a safety go down the injury, then he would just sign there. So I can't see this being likely whatsoever. But again, if you're going to bring in another safety, have it be Justin Simmons over C.J. Gardner Johnson. He would actually be a good veteran to have mentor these younger guys. Even a guy like Cisco, who is still pretty young, having that guy in Simmons who has made multiple All-Pros, been one of the better safeties in the league the past decade. So I would rather have them go there, out on C.J. Gardner Johnson. But maybe you guys disagree with me. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Should the Jets sign C.J. Gardner Johnson? Give me a Y for yes. Give me an N for no. And also hit that subscribe button on your way out. We'll see you guys next time. As always, go Jets.